it's one of those periods that are very important in our program. Seeing kids in person and getting those in-person evals, the tape is one thing, but getting to know their character and obviously seeing them move around a little bit, it'll be a huge 4 weeks for this next 24 class.
And you can't head out till the end of May, so what's on the to-do list for Coach Dickert the next few weeks?
Yeah, so after the season next week in Dead Week, I meet with every player, 15, 20 minutes. We kind of go through goals and where we want to be and things that they can improve on for the summer. Got spring meetings first week in May down in Arizona, so we'll be taking care of that. And then just a lot of recruiting. I see a lot of evaluation tape that these guys are out there filming and going through that process. And it's going to be a good May of resetting and getting fall camp organized.
Could you kind of just update the guard and tackle position battle? What kind of progress do you feel like you've made there over spring camp?
Well, we feel more confident in our offensive line, and I think it's just a combination of a bunch of things. I think, first off, Make being more comfortable at guard and bringing more stability to that position. Lili taking another step forward, I think, is very important. And then Essa just keeps getting better, and I think Christian gives us the ability to bounce back and forth. And Christy has given us a really stable inside presence. So we like where we're at with those 6. Now we need. Who's going to be 7? Who's going to be 8? Who's going to be able to do that? And same thing, injuries kept a couple guys in and out. We got to be more consistent in that realm. But I like where the room's at as a whole. I feel like we've taken a step forward, but it's going to be a heck of a competitive fall camp because we need more depth than that.
What are your main objectives for the spring game? Any goals set for the team?
The Cougs win. I know that. Get out healthy is one of my biggest things. We get to this point, I want guys getting out healthy and making sure we have no setbacks for the summer. But at the end of the day, it's about being clean. Controlling the things that we control. Getting aligned, the silly pre-snap penalties. Not holding, playing with good technique. I just like when guys have to go out there in a perceived big environment, a game day type, setup, and go out there and perform. It's one thing to do it on the practice field. Can you take it in a bigger environment? And, like a Carlos Hernandez, it's his first time, kind of essentially getting under the bright lights. I think those are the things that we want to see, and guys be consistent to their approach.
This might be kind of hard to answer right now, but I'm going to put you on the spot. Maybe biggest takeaways, 2 or 3 of all of spring camp, maybe things you didn't expect coming into it or just...
Well, yeah, I just think some real positives kind of in general. I like the first position group I really like was our tight ends. I thought they brought some consistency to the position, and we got to be able to use them a lot more. I think obviously defensive line and how that keeps being created, and I think our edge position and how we're coaching it now, I think it gives them an opportunity to make a few more plays, and really happy with where we're at corner, so those guys can stay competitive. It allows us to kind of open up the playbook on defensively and what we want to do. But from a program standpoint, I think the connection of the team is really strong. I'm really proud of where they're at because those things don't happen by accident, and the effort and belief and energy that I think they brought over the course of 5 weeks was really, really positive. And without that, you don't have a chance. So I think those little intangible pieces, our guys are really taking to heart, and they're applying it out here on the field.
Coach, this is sort of piggybacking off of Colton's questions, but is there a position group that you saw the most growth out of in the last month or so?
Yeah, there's a bunch that come to mind, and some of it's maybe just individual players, but those young guys taking some steps forward. I said the offensive line has more confidence. I've always felt like we're more athletic at wide receiver. We're just battling consistency at times. Who's going to maybe emerge for a young guy out of that tailback group? Is Jalen going to take the reins? Can Javinsky take another step? Defensively, D-tackle, we got to solidify there. Linebacker will always be a work in progress, and I like where Hicks and kind of Lockett and some of those interior core defenders are at. So it's kind of as a group, I'm happy with where we're at, but we still got a long ways to go.
Hey, Coach. I'm doing a story on Armani Marsh. I have a couple questions on him.
Yep.
What did he bring to your program?
Armani, especially when people are removed from a program, maybe you even have more appreciation than when he was here, just about every detail, how serious he was and everything, how hard he worked, how much work he put in when nobody was watching. And when you're just that consistent, you allow yourself to kind of maximize your talent and your ability. And that's what Armani did each and every day, and proud of him, and hopefully gets an opportunity at the next level.
what skills or intangibles do you expect him to bring to the next level?
Well, I just think NFL guys, too, are looking for a lot of positive influences in the locker room and guys that are willing to do the little things. You know, there's a lot of ultra-talented guys that don't make it at the next level because they don't understand the hard work and discipline and dedication that it takes. And Armani has those things in spades, and, you know, just looking forward to his growth and wherever that ends up taking him. And I know this, whenever his journey's done, I'm going to hire him on our coaching staff. I know that. Thank you. All right, go Cougs.